right, everybody. Hi, welcome back. Attorney Steve Vondran here. I'm going to do a quick video here on Autodesk educational licenses. There seems to be some confusion sometimes on how these licenses work. So without further ado, let's talk about it, okay? So basically, Autodesk, we do a lot of cases with Autodesk, software licensing compliance issues, audits, things like that. And they offer educational licenses or student versions. So like colleges and universities, educational institutions, as you see here, qualified educational institutions, faculty, or other authorized education users have the right to offer up free licenses for educational and learning purposes. So this could include products like Inventor, AutoCAD, Maya, Revit, 3ds Max. They have a product also called Tinkercad. It's a 3D design, 3D modeling platform. Anyway, they have these products that can be used for educational and learning purposes. Sometimes people want to create games and other products that they might want to use commercially at some point. So how does it work? This is general legal information only and not legal advice. But basically, this is something that I pulled from one of the licenses for educational purposes. So as you can see here, there's a 1 and a 2. Okay, 1 says if you're a qualified institution, faculty, or other authorized education users, you may access and or use the offering solely for the purposes directly related to learning, teaching, training, or research and development as part of the instructional functions performed by a qualified education institution or an other authorized education user. So they're telling you, limiting how these can be used. Now, going on, it says and by the way, these terms could be subject to change, so it may not be accurate while you're viewing this, so just bear that in mind and always check to see your license, review your license agreement specifically, see what it says. You're going to be bound to follow that, okay? But 2, if you are a student or an individual, so this is the person that's maybe designing games, or other authorized education user, you may access and or use the offering, once again, solely for purposes directly related to learning, training, or research. Now, I did a little research on some of their online forums, and as I have seen it, it has been described as non-learning uses are not permitted, non-learning or things outside the classroom. But it also goes on to state, you may not access or use the offering for commercial, professional, or other for-profit purposes. So some people may say, well, what do they mean commercial? Do they mean posting my game? Professional, what does that mean? Or other for-profit purposes. So it can appear sometimes that there's a little gray area in here, but I think if you look at this fairly, a fair interpretation and analysis, looks like it's limited to classroom, teaching, learning, things inside the classroom, not for commercial purposes, not for professional purposes. Now, I have not been able to find a definition for professional purposes, but I have read things that said only for purposes directly related to learning, training, or research. Okay, so guide yourselves accordingly. Be careful. You don't want to get involved in these software audits, especially if your game starts making money or your products, this and that, and you have to then end up dealing with an audit or disgorging profits or finding yourself in a copyright litigation case. So this is general legal information only. I just wanted to give you this, something to be aware of, something that pops up in our software audit practice from time to time, okay?